All right, friends. So I think like over a year ago now, I uploaded a couple Two Worlds games. If you haven't seen them, highly suggest some of them. They're really good games, but I think people kind of forgot it existed, including myself, until we ran a community tournament recently, our little mini community tournament. We're running a bunch of them, including some new ones coming up. Is Two Worlds, and the concept here is you have two different types of maps in one. So we've got islands in the north, and then we have lands Nomad in the south. And this is a 1v1 game. So players have to control both of these worlds at the same time. So in the red, we've got Javasti. Javasti's playing as the Italians. Javasti's picked a good water civ. Makes sense. Javasti's got their TC on the island. And then they also have their TC in the, like, kind of like the middle-ish of the land Nomad. And then, wow, Dr. Loops, this is going to be twice as hard to play, in my opinion. Dr. Loops is way over here in the western corner. And then his other TC is in the eastern corner. Bro, that's so tough. I mean, you can use your TC hotkeys to go back and forth. But that's, like, really far away. At least in Red's position, the TCs are somewhat close to each other. So you... I don't know. It would make it a little bit easier for me to manage. So the walls that are here cannot be destroyed, but they will automatically disappear at the 40-minute mark. So if you're going to start losing one side, you can just kind of like hold on and wait for freedom once the walls disappear at the 40-minute mark. If you watch some of the older videos, that wasn't the case. So the early versions, the walls never disappeared. So we actually had games where one person would defeat the other on one side and the other person would defeat the other on the other. And then they would just like build a wonder. The only way to win was to go wonder victory, which was kind of funny. But obviously, it makes it a little bit more dynamic if the walls open up. So I just think this is an incredible concept. And I actually forget, I can't give a shout out to the person who came up with this. Maybe someone in my chat remembers who it was initially, but this is a really fun idea. And so yeah, we'll be bringing it back with some casts, especially if YouTube's all over it. Roy says, what if you completely give up on one side and just concentrate on the other one you're comfortable with? Well, that's a strategy. Now, these players here are around 1,600 or 1,700 elo, I think. So here I would imagine they're gonna try to manage both sides. But at low elo, you better believe that like one side is basically the house building side and the other side was the economy side. That's just kind of how they had to do it. I mean, some people in chat have been saying they couldn't manage this and they're well above 1,000 elo. So it's not easy to play. But it should be fun action. Now, full transparency, I haven't seen this game. I've just been told this game is incredible. I have another one, which I'm going to bring to you guys, which is a combination of Arena and Arabia. And that game I have seen, and that game is killer as well. So far, Javasti and Dr. Loop's doing a pretty good job. We do have a dock and some fishing ships even, so that's 2 town centers to manage, and then also the dock for Red. I was not expecting the players' villagers to spawn so weirdly here. If I were Red, I would assume that Blue's TC is over here. But the fact that Blue is kind of in this corner is kind of nice. And this seems to be where all the different rhinos are. Or elephants, I guess. So you're going to get most of your food income here. And then maybe you use the villagers on the islands to go for like gold and go for wood. Dude, Roy, I don't think I'm going to be able to convince too many players to play this. Like, too many pro players to play this. But I thought about doing a tournament with this. And if I put money on the line, people might do it. It might honestly be an idea for me in a couple months. Like, a tiny tournament. 8 to 16 players. 2 worlds. Like, it's fun. It could be cool to see how people manage it. And games could be ridiculously long. But there could be some cool strategies that come up. 2v2 would also be kind of an interesting concept here. Now, some maps, when these walls disappear at 40 minutes, there's like trees there. But here, once these walls disappear, you can actually like transport over and whatnot, right? Yeah, Dr. Loops and Javasti killing it right now, both on the way to Feudal Age. The dock is already up here for Javesty, so I would say if you want to win the island side, you should go for water. Dr. Loops is not going to dock at all, it seems. Oh, bad timing, actually. Never mind. So, but it might not be the Navy approach. It also might not be the Navy approach for Javesty here. In a sea of salt, says T90, why was I gifted when I was offline? Because the Twitch algorithm works in mysterious ways, my friend. Are you complaining about a gifted sub? Because if I ban users, their sub gets passed along to someone else. I don't know if you heard that. But it's a new feature. Twitch was basically like, why should people who are banned get the sub? So we can ban you. If that's what you want, we could just give it to somebody else. I think that's kind of what he's asking for. He doesn't seem to be appreciated. I'm kidding, by the way. Me banning him wouldn't remove it, so I'm not going to ban him. Oh, God, he said, ban me, daddy. Oh, God. Okay, yeah, we gave the wrong person attention. It's all right. This is how we learn. The internet's a scary place, guys. Mom and dad were right. Be careful who you talk to. And mods, please do not ban him. It seems like he will enjoy that. It's funny how this works, right? I assumed, based on like what I saw 2 minutes ago, that Javesty was going to go Navy. But nope, he's actually going to go Fast Castle. And then Dr. Loops, I didn't think was going to go Navy. And Dr. Loops is doing exactly that. Will be 3 docks. Could still be a decent Castle Age time. But has simply invested into the docks and the ships instead of the market and the blacksmith. Which side is more important here, chat? Is there a side that's more important? I've got arguments to make for either side. I feel like water is way easier to lose. Because if the whole shoreline gets surrounded, there's nothing you can really do. Whereas on this side, you can run away, right? But on the Nomad side, you've got more res. So I guess that's more important because there's more, like, res to work with. But it should, in theory, be a little bit easier to survive on the non-water side. Wait a second. Javesty... Yeah, okay, Javesty's on the way up. And he's adding some ships. Okay. Well, that should be pretty good for the Italians. Cheaper dock techs is nice. I just want to double check. Does Dr. Loops know? I think he knows that the enemy might be here. And maybe Javesty caught a glimpse of the opponent here with his sheep. Remember, Koreans can't make demos, so in a fire galley war, it's not ideal for them. But the micro from Dr. Loops was sick there. Well played. Yeah, that's true. Water battles can turn around pretty quickly with a demo or something. I think Dr. Loops will see that the opponent's in Castle Age already and is going to be really under some pressure here. So what you could assume is that you're going to lose water because your opponent will get War Galley. And maybe that's why Dr. Loops is building the barracks to go for some land army to maybe, like, pressure this. Because I don't think Navy is going to be a very good situation for Dr. Loops now. He wasn't able to find the timings on the attacks. Still could recover. But that War Galley upgrade is going to be in for Javesty now. And he's on stone. So again, I think it's the 40-minute mark. The walls disappeared. That's a long time to wait. It might be like 35 or something. Again, I'm pretty sure it's 40. Oh, man, dude. That's just asking for a demo. That's just asking to be demoed. I don't know about that. It's a tough situation. Loops wants to hold on to a choke point. And red queues up 3 demos. Oh, this could be painful. Blue is holding on, though. We got nice repairs. There's a lot of ships here. The demos aren't here yet. And still a minute away from the next stage. You might even want to build a tower on the shoreline. Oh, did I call that or what? Dr. Loops and I are the same person. Let's go, Loops. Loops, build your freaking tower. Don't get demoed in here. Come on, man. Well, he is holding much nicer than I thought he could. Nice stubbornness. That tower might go up. Demos are maybe on the way here for red. And meanwhile, we've got outposts. We've got archer ranges from loops. That's a lot of archer ranges. And yeah, seems like Javasti's not going to fully win water, but we'll have a lot of control with the Navy. I just don't know if that tower is going to be enough to fully keep red away from here. But it does have fletching. So, again, like in Javasti's position, I'd be thinking, I'm ahead on water. I have to focus on land again. And in Blue's position, Blue's like, I'm behind on water. I have to kill on land. So this should shift focus. And red is going to... Oh my god, he wants to castle drop him. I mean, that would win the game pretty quickly. But spoilers, I don't think this game is being prepped for YouTube. If this castle just goes up and he wins the game, like, people should know better. I'm picking the best games possible. The best games possible. The game doesn't end at 20 minutes. Oh no, red. Build some outposts, bro. Build some outposts. Or something to know what you're running into. There's the castle. Cav archers are here. He didn't expect some army, and that is a Doubts castle. Oh! Okay. And he deletes the vills. I mean, hey, you don't want to boost the opponent's confidence by giving them kills. Technically, I think that would also boost their score. So red just says, get him out. Get him out. Get rid of him. All right. Back here, this fire galley's roasted a couple villagers like marshmallows on an open fire. So that's nice. Now we have a defensive castle from red to keep these villagers alive. But Javasti is still ahead because Javasti took down the tower and is taking down the dock. So one player is clearly winning on land. The other player is winning on water. Now, what I would love for red to do is try and transport from the water area to this island, because the island is protected for blue for now. I would want to castle drop this. Blue could actually try and escape maybe, but I don't see how blue can do that. But blue is saving up some stone. The vills could have been a minor distraction. Yeah, but this is for content. And I don't think red's going to complain about that. Red just got... Red just got to entertain the people. That's what it's all about, right? That's funny. We are halfway to the point where the walls disappear. And blue is looking around to see if red is expanded anywhere, which red is not. And red is making a transport ship. And blue is thinking about coming back on water. Blue consistently is building these towers a little too close to the shoreline. The other one was too close, and they lost it. But this could be good. 2 towers with ballistics. I think red would have to back away. Let's see. That tower's up. And maybe we see some sneaky dock action here. Yeah, red will lose ships fast enough where red will have to back away, I think. Oh god, and here comes red. Now, the crazy thing is that blue still has stone banked for a castle. So blue hasn't really found an area for a forward castle because there's no obvious position for one. So blue could actually counter castle this. So I think what red is going to try is a really good play. But if blue can counter castle it and just deny it, that could be another nice win for blue. Look how active blue is around the map. Looking around, seeing if the enemy's there. The enemy is not there. Red is on the way to imp. And here is red. And he's confident. He thinks he can be aggressive with it. But again, I'm not so certain. Because blue has the stone. Now, let's see. Okay, he sees the villagers. And he is going to drop the castle there. And blue is dropping the castle here. Blue did not see those vills. Could technically try and go for a tower, but I don't think that's going to happen. We've got a... Oh, man, Dr. Loops. That castle. Wow, with 5 vills? Man, I need to host a castle lesson for Javasti and Dr. Loops after this. Rule number 1. Send enough vills to finish the castle. Rule number 2. Build the castle in a location where it is likely to go up. Rule number 3. Vision is everything. Build an outpost. Rule number 4, just kidding. Don't change. This is more fun. Yeah, actually, rule number 1 is do whatever is the most entertaining for me and my viewers. And they are following rule number 1. So let's go. Cav archers are destroying the Genoese. Genoese are weird. Like, they do bonus damage against the CA, but the castle actually wasn't that bad. And we've got rams here from Dr. Loops. I mean, Dr. Loops could fill this castle with the CA and bring the rams in, maybe take that castle down. But then Javasty could make trebs over here. What is this game right now? Remember, red is kind of cramped. So if red gets pushed out of this position, this gets horrible. That's a lot of rams. And Genoese can't really do a lot of damage. We've had defensive towers from Dr. Loops. Trebuchet will eventually be on the way from here, but I think right now Javasty's focused on this. The Cav archers still surrounding Javasty. And it's becoming quite the travesty for Javasty as the rams come through. I mean, there needs to be something to take out the rams. I think you might need to get some vills here. But it's hard because the rams are within the castle range from blue. I think Javasty loses this castle. But I think that Dr. Loops is going to lose 60 villagers. Are they both going to lose like 60 pop right now on the opposite sides? That's what it feels like. I mean, castle's definitely going down for Javasty. The condos that he's adding to snipe the rams are just dying to the castle. Man, that castle from blue is actually clutch. If that castle wasn't close by, the rams might get sniped by the condos. This is so funny. So it's 2 worlds, but they're both going to lose one world and win the other. Red cannot escape. Red has no army. Red will lose the castle. Blue does lose the castle as well. Red is still repairing. Maybe I should calm down. Red is still holding. Red is also still pushing. So good moments for red. Murder holes is in for red, so the castle's actually hitting now. And you can tell blue is just like full-on panic mode to get this castle down. Blue's sending everything. The pathing's also been brutal here. But the castle's down. Yikes, dude. And yeah, red can't stop this now. Red will get completely defeated on this side. And blue is on the way to imp. And now red needs to kill all of blue's vills. So these vills just need to survive as long as possible. They need to survive another 9 minutes and somehow get a transport to escape. But big eco lead for blue. Red is going to add TCs here to get more land, get more stone, get more gold, which is obviously nice. And, I mean, hopefully you could find a way back. The nice thing for red actually has water control. So red can bring vills over once the walls disappear. Blue might not save any of these vills. And this is like 50. This is half of blue's eco. Luckily for blue, he's Korean, so he can just build towers, but still. So it's weird. Obviously, I like blue's position over here, but I don't think it's good for blue that blue could lose 50 villagers and can't escape with these vills anyways. Like, so I don't know. I guess you prepare for the future if you're blue. Expect to lose these villagers and just make a massive eco over here to replace it. Cannon Galleons on the way from red as well, so Cannon Galleons will definitely start to take these towers down. What do you do? How do you play this if you're red now, guys? Obviously, you kill these vills. That takes time. You work on that. I think you have to use galleons on the shoreline and walk in with a castle. So you show up with some army and a castle, and you make a big push once the walls are down, obviously. There's also a lot of res, like on this island here, there's still 50k wood, there's still gold. So it's not like red can't take these resources too. I guess food is kind of a concern for red, but still. And blue makes it to imp. The towers are a bit stronger, but the villagers chasing the trap go down. And now red is more vills. That's so funny, man. That's so funny. And blue's still adding to the eco over here. Nostradamus is T90. Sorry, I got 2 different answers for my question. Is it possible to destroy the walls earlier? I mean, I don't think it is because they regenerate. They regenerate 30,000 HP per minute. So there's nothing... Yeah, that's impossible. There's no way that you can possibly take these walls down. But at the 40-minute mark, they just immediately disappear. T90 where YouTube video? Well, this will hopefully be a YouTube video. Sorry, I fell behind on the YouTube schedule, and so we haven't had an upload in a day or 2. But it does mean a lot when people are like, bro, I've missed the videos. And it's nice when a couple people have said that today. This is a high YouTube for sure, man. This is great. We're gonna have the island winner. We'll have the lands nomad winner. They'll be facing off against each other. And well played to blue. I mean, I did not think that blue's castle was good enough on this side, and that ram play was absolutely sick. You can tell blue already thinking about what's going to happen here because blue's building some outposts. But almost all the villagers that were on this island are going to be destroyed. But if I'm red, you might not want to make too much army on this island because that's annoying to transport everything over. Friar Silkworm says if there was a YouTube video, I wouldn't be here watching this. Well, there we go. That's why I don't upload on YouTube sometimes. We're getting more subs on Twitch. It works out. Yo, Explorer, thank you. Drunk Go, thank you. Tundra Blitz, Gibson, 10 Table, Tazan. Dude, guys, I've been horrible with thanking subs today, but thank you, thank you. I love you guys. I was just telling my fiance last night about... I got in, like, a real appreciative mood, you know? Talking about how thankful I am for what I have in life. And I'm talking to the love of my life, telling her how thankful I am for my community. And then I was like, and you as well, babe. You as well. I didn't realize until, like, midway through me talking about how thankful I am for my community that I should probably have started with her. But she knows I'm thankful for her. Especially if she subscribes, you know? I'd give her a big shout out. Wow, this is a really interesting spot for red. So red is prepared. Wow. Man, who made this freaking map? Did they make this? Does this connect? Because if they made this with the intention of giving the water player an area to regain land, that's sick. That's such a good spot. So it gives him a shot. Maybe he needed to be here a little bit earlier. But yeah, guys, we have a 30-second countdown till the walls disappear. And not a whole lot remaining over here for blue. All the houses will go down. Red needs land production buildings. But red's bringing in the cannon galleons, too, which blue can't do anything about. And there go the walls. That's sick, man. That is sick. Let's go. Hey, hold on. Bugged map. Fix it. Literally unplayable. There's still a wall there. And there's still a wall here. I think we have to restart. Well, red can come through now. And red's got the cannon galleons patrolling on the shoreline, so it'll be kind of tough for blue. Ship right now for red, so navy should be very, very helpful. But I think you need some stables right now. I think just like light cav could be good. Light cav to raid a little bit could be a good start. Blue did a lot of good things with the cav archers in Castle Age. And maybe blue didn't know the walls were gone until now. But blue needs to switch out of cav archers now because cav archers not being so tanky and imp is a problem. They're cheap in Castle Age. They do the job in Castle, but not having bloodlines is now an issue. So what do you make? I think your own skirms or arbalest and bombard cannons are a really strong move. Also, blue could build towers everywhere, but just not anywhere near the shoreline. There's the stables from red. Again, a lot of red's military population is navy. That's like, I don't know, 20, 30 of the military population. Red doesn't have any cav upgrades and only is just now building the stables, so they need some time. Yeah, blue making wagons could be really good. I mean, blue's got plenty of stone for more stuff, too. I think blue's got the better economy, and blue has relics. There is one relic here, which red could have snagged, but that's kind of annoying, right? We're going to find out if red uses select all archer range hotkeys when red is creating units out of these buildings, too. Because red might have the issue of having to transport over a bunch, which red is doing now. Don't Koreans die to skirms? Towers defend from skirms. Bombard cannons defend from skirms. Heavy rocket carts defend from skirms. Cheaper skirmishers defend from skirms. I don't think Koreans die to skirms. But Koreans can switch into cav. So not being able to go for the cav is a problem. Now, this is smart from blue. This is really smart. It might not seem like it's that big a deal, but red has spread out the ships to protect the shoreline. But if it's one cannon galleon, you can get the snipe there. And I'd like to see blue dock now. Dock, and then you can maybe come in with some navy later on. And the Korean monks. Not something you see all that frequently. They get a conversion, and the rocket carts are killing the skirms. The red's already prepping to spam out of those stables. I feel like Dr. Loops feels a little bit stuck here and unsure of what to do. And I'm just not sure these rocket carts are going to be enough. I think you need bombard cannons, too. Rocket carts obviously work really well against the skirms, but then the cannon galleons are there. See, this is why I think I prefer to win the water area, guys. Because you can dictate the fight so nicely. They can never hit your eco, and you can always hit their eco. What you could do in Blue's point of view is you could just back up and just expand into this area and never engage, and then wait till they run out of resources. I guess that's kind of a strat. Light Cav show themselves, so now maybe Dr. Loops will think about how. And the Light Cav gets some snipes. I mean, Light Cav are very cheap, so that's fine. But that's quite a few towers there. And again, red's going to have to advance forward from that shoreline soon. People are asking for their elo. I'm going to put it on screen because I'm sick of seeing the question. I think it's like 1600 or 1650 or something. Sorry if I'm a little bit off, Dr. Loops and JavaC, but they're close to this. I think it's like 1600 or 1700 elo range. They're clearly very, very good. And I think at least Dr. Loops really improved since, from what I remember. Like, I think Dr. Loops was at a 1300 elo at one of our community events. Rocket carts cart themselves. That's the danger of them. But the rocket carts are still doing the job here. And there's like what feels like endless amounts of stone and gold on Dr. Loop's side. And he's stacking up a bunch of towers, which makes it really tough for red to engage into. So I think he's just kind of waiting a little bit. He's also massing up champions right now. Or starting to get the techs at least for champions, but Loops is having a tough time protecting the carts for the time being. I really don't think he's planning on pushing. This is sloppy, but he's still got relics. He's still got more map control. I think he's really just more focused on the overall setup than anything. Now, Arbase, can they win with Wonder Victory, or was that just one of the settings I did in an old YouTube video? I don't know the rules for this. Because if you could win with the Wonder Victory, both players should have gone for a Wonder. I think it's probably bad if it can win with Wonder Victory. Okay, it's apparently not possible. That's good. Because both players would be incentivized to do that, and then they probably wouldn't fight. So, here come the champs. Champs are super strong here. So tanky against Hussars and Skirms. And red's got some Trebs over here. Trebbing down the towers. But the champions kind of worked out a little bit. Also, a couple Vills from red. These Vills are needed to build more buildings. Red has never had a lot of economy over here. At the same time, though, Red will be kind of happy with how things went because Red killed a lot of those champs. How many resources does Red have available? I mean, Red's running out of trees and golden stone on the main island. Blue is never running out. So Red needs to break... Red needs to break this wall of towers. And I don't see that happening anytime soon with the champion spam from Loops. I kind of like Cavalier because he needs a stronger unit than what he has right now. And the clock is ticking for him. He knows that he's going to lose, and Cavalier's much stronger than Hussar. Yeah, this is... Ooh, it's risky. But I think Javasti's like, okay, I'm going to lose. I have to do something crazy. We go Cavalier before he techs Halb. And now I drop a castle to protect everything. The problem is... I just don't know if it's enough here. Halb came in immediately from Dr. Loops. The Bombard Cannon was there. That's being focused down. Cavalier kind of go down to the castle and the Halbs, though. The rocket carts are there for the Trebs as well. There's Bombard Cannons from the other side. And it's all falling apart for Javasti. It's so tough for him to break this. Like, having the land side was super important. So much space and so many resources. Back to chat's point earlier. That should be castle down. We might even see Javasti tap out after this. I mean, he doesn't have a lot more banked up. Doesn't feel like he's making any progress. I loved how Loops was just like, I'm going to play defense with a wall of towers and wait. And the second he shows his hands, I'm going to get the job done. The GG's called. That was pretty crazy, man. That was pretty crazy. Now, what Javasti's going to be frustrated with is the initial castle. I think, like, he was going to win this side. He was going to win this side. And then that initial forward castle that he dropped that got denied where he deleted his fills, if that's a defensive castle, Javasti's got a better eco. Javasti probably doesn't lose this side on land. And so then if he holds control here and wins this side, then maybe he wins the game because he's got a pretty big eco. It was just came back to that moment for me. But yeah, well played. It was a really even game, back and forth. Nice KD from both of them. And again, if you want to see more Two Worlds content, I'll have more uploads coming to YouTube. But there's also a bunch of old ones. They're all labeled Two Worlds. And we had like maybe 4, 5, 6 different videos there. Dr. Loops, more wood, more food, more gold, more stone even. Wow. So, yeah, that's just probably because he ended up on the land Nomad side. So, GG. Arbesa's background info, Dr. Loops won game 1, but Javasti reverse swept. The whole set took about 4 hours. Wow. What was it, best of 5? I guess it would have been, if you're calling it a reverse sweep, it would have been best of 3. So, apparently, this was the game number 1 in their series, and Javasti won the next 2. Nice. Well, obviously, I could tell Javasti was insane. Arbase says it's the best of 5. Oh, okay. Yeah, but it's not a reverse sweep if someone just wins the first game, right? Oh, Loops won game 1 and this game. Oh, this was game number 2. Oh, okay, makes more sense. Got it. Wow, that's a really long series. That's exhausting, dude.